Okay, guys. I know that with all this stuff about the 26th Amendment is really starting to get out of hand, and I don't want to talk about it on Twitter anymore. I don't want to make this personal, but I'm just so personally offended and shocked and hurt by all that is being said, and it's really affecting me personally to the point where I feel like I just need to go ahead and get this out there and say something, and say that my biological mother, I was adopted when I was 3 days old, and my biological mother did have a choice. She did. And it was only by the grace of God that she chose to put me up for adoption. And she could have easily chosen to abort me, and she thought about it. She did consider aborting me. And, I know a lot of mothers do, and a lot of mothers consider it, and then some don't. And I know it's a scary decision, but take it from a child who managed to dodge being aborted. And I am so grateful for life, and I am so blessed, and I would have never had this chance if I had been aborted. And I know that those of you who are saying that you're going to vote no on this amendment believe that the woman should have a choice, but you don't necessarily believe that abortion is right. I understand that. But a lot of women do not choose the right thing. And if we can stop that, if we can stop them, if we can make it illegal to where they don't have a choice, then they're not going to take the life of that child. And it's crazy to me that you don't think that thing inside of you is a child, because it is, from the moment of conception, that is a person. I am a person, and for those of you who say that child isn't a person, you're telling me that I'm not one. You're telling me that I'm not a person, because if I wasn't a person then I'm not now. And I know that, a lot of you think that if a woman is raped, she shouldn't have to carry that child. And I could never imagine being raped. I don't know anyone that has been, but I know that it's probably the worst feeling in the world, and you don't want to carry that child because you never wanted it, and it's going to remind you of that horrible thing. But if you can just carry that child for 9 months and have that child, then you have an opportunity to bless a family who desperately wants a child and who would give anything for a child. And you have an opportunity to turn something negative into something positive and bless a family the way my family was blessed with me. Because if I had been aborted, my family would have never gotten the daughter that they always wanted. And because my biological mom chose adoption, I have been given the chance to live, and hopefully somewhere along the lines impacted someone's life. And I know that that's hard for you guys to understand because you are not adopted and your mom wanted you. She conceived you for a reason, and she planned to have you, and she wanted you, but mine didn't. So she gave me up to someone who did want me, thank God. And I know that a lot of you say that this isn't just about abortion, but it is. There are other factors that are involved, but the point is abortion, and whether or not at the time of conception that cell and that point, if that is a person in you, and the answer is yes, it is. I know that a lot of you are afraid of losing birth control, and that is crazy. That is a rumor put out by media so that you will be persuaded into voting yes. And it's not true. You're not going to lose birth control if it's that important to you. If killing a child is important to you over birth control, especially as a teenager, if you feel that you need birth control right now and you're willing to risk children dying, then you have your priorities pretty messed up. But you're not going to lose your birth control. And I just wonder if you all knew that, if you would vote differently. Because you're not going to lose your birth control. And even if they took away the pill, there are so many other ways to prevent becoming pregnant. so many other ways. And there's just, sometimes you just have to step back in life and look at the big picture. And the big picture here is that you are murdering a child and preventing a life, and you are interrupting what God has made. And you are doing God's job by taking that life. And I know that offends people when I say that, and I apologize. But it's what I believe to be true. And I just wanted everyone to know that for those of you who believe that at the time of conception that's not a child, I'm extremely offended and hurt by that, because I am a person. I was a child, and I could have easily been aborted, and I did not deserve that, because I stand here today as a person, and if I had been aborted, I would have never existed, and my parents would have never been blessed with a little girl. And I don't know why everyone thinks adoption is so complicated, and they count it out so much, but it's not complicated. It's not hard. It is hard to carry a child for 9 months, I imagine, and then have to have the child. I understand that. But I think that it's a lot harder to live with yourself knowing that you killed a child. And that wasn't your life to take. No one's life is theirs to take. That's God's job. And I just hope that you guys can maybe see things in a different light now. Hearing from someone who has been adopted and was almost aborted herself. And I apologize that if I've offended anyone, but I never intended to. I just want you all to know that I'm offended and I'm hurt by this. So I hope everyone will understand this, but just try to reconsider the way you think, and try to think of it from the child's perspective, and adopting families' perspectives and things such as that. And I really hope that this will impact your thinking, I guess. But God bless all of you. I hope you have a change of heart. If you disagree with what I'm saying, I hope you have a change of heart.